Amazing, isn't it? The human body. Your body. Look how it grew. It can bend, twist, leap, stretch. And really move out if it has to. Not bad for a few chemicals and a gallon or so of water, but in you, they're priceless. Because combined in just the right way, they form trillions of cells that all together form you. From your hair, right down to your toenails, and everything in between. Since your good health depends on the health of your cells, it's easy to think of each one of those trillions of tiny cells like a tiny you. It's your cells working together, doing their special jobs, that let you and your body do all those amazing things.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3.
Brain cells help you do your thinking. Other nerve cells help you know what's going on in the outside world. Muscle cells make you strong and help you move. Bone cells keep your bones firm and growing. Red blood cells carry oxygen to all the other cells that use it for energy. White blood cells fight germs. Like your body, your cells are amazing. But to keep them alive and healthy and amazing, they need the same thing you need: food. The reason you need food is because your cells need it. Your cells get their food from the food you choose to eat. Day after day, most of your life, you get to choose all kinds of food. Lucky you. But your cells aren't that lucky. You see, you have a choice. But they don't. They only get the food you send them. And not only that, they can only use certain parts of that food. These are the parts called nutrients. To you, food might be a sandwich or a piece of fruit or some ice cream, but not to your cells. To them, food only means nutrients. And what are these nutrients that your cells get from the food you eat? Well, take proteins. That's one kind of nutrient. Without proteins, your cells couldn't make new cells, so your body can grow and repair itself. And there are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates give your cells the energy to do the amazing things they do. Fats give your body energy too, but your body stores extra fat in fat cells. Minerals like calcium and iron keep the different parts of your body growing properly and working together in the right way. Vitamins, all kinds of them, help your cells make use of the other nutrients. And water not only helps all the nutrients get to all the cells, but it helps them to do what they have to do for you. And so, from whatever kinds of foods you choose, your cells have to find all the nutrients they need to do their amazing jobs. Another victory for strong, healthy cells. This battle is won, but the war is never over. If your cells are strong and healthy, you're going to be strong and healthy too. Now, when your cells aren't getting the right amounts of what they need from the food you eat, they have ways of letting you know. If they're getting too many fats and carbohydrates, you might get fat. Not enough, you might get skinny. If your cells aren't getting enough proteins, they might not be able to fight off germs. And you might get sick, often. Or if they aren't getting enough vitamins, they can get tired and worn down. And you will feel the same way. Remember, they don't have a choice. Only you do. The one thing that makes it hard to be sure your cells are getting the nutrients they need is that most foods contain a combination of nutrients, not all in the same amounts. Like milk, for instance. It has fats, carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins and minerals, plus lots of water. So has meat. But meat has less of certain minerals than milk, like calcium, and more of others, like iron. Peanuts have a lot of proteins too, but also a lot of fat. Carrots have hardly any fat or protein, but more of a special vitamin, vitamin A. And sugar supplies simple carbohydrates, but nothing else. So you can see that some foods are richer in certain nutrients than other foods. Knowing that, nutritionists have grouped foods in a certain way to help you know how to eat the right foods in the right amounts to feed your cells properly. This is the way the foods have been grouped. One food group is made up of fruits and vegetables. These supply many important vitamins, mainly A, B, and C. Then breads and cereals. These foods are rich in complex carbohydrates, starches, and with lots of vitamins and minerals, too. Then milk and milk products. That's your main supply of calcium and a lot of protein, too. Then the meat, poultry, and fish group, which also includes eggs, nuts, and some beans. These are major protein sources. And last, as well as least, a group that includes foods rich in fats and sugars, simple carbohydrates. There are a lot of different foods to choose from in each group, which means that it isn't hard to eat foods from each group every day. And when you do, your body, and that means your cells, those trillions of tiny yous, will get to choose all the nutrients they need every day. But how much should you eat in a day? How much from each group? All you want? As little as you want? Well, there are two things you have to keep in mind. calories and servings. First, calories. What's a calorie? A calorie is a measure of the energy that a food supplies. Even though a small apple weighs a lot more than a piece of candy, they might have about the same number of calories. That means you get the same amount of energy from them, but not the same nutrients. A tablespoon of butter has about the same number of calories as a large potato, but not the same nutrients. Remember that. Now, the more calories you eat, the more energy you get. But only up to a certain point. There's a catch. And the catch is this. Your body only needs and uses a certain amount of energy for its cells. Larger bodies usually need more energy than smaller bodies. The more you weigh, the more calories your cells need, because you have more of them. But when you take in more calories than your particular body needs, they get stored as fat, and you gain weight. Being too heavy is not good for you. But being too thin is just as bad. You can find all kinds of charts in nutrition books that will tell you how many calories you need to eat every day for your weight, or the weight you'd like to be. So much for calories. Now, the servings. How many servings do you need to eat every day from each of the 5 food groups to give your cells the nutrients they need? A serving is the amount of any kind of food you usually eat at one time, like 1 glass of milk. That's a serving of milk. Or a slice of bread. That's a serving. Or 1 lamb chop. Or 1 egg. Or a potato. How many servings from the 5 food groups should you eat? That's as easy as remembering a phone number. Just call food groups 44420 for a balanced diet. That number is a way of helping you to remember that you'll give your cells what they need every day. If you eat 4 servings from the fruit and vegetable group, 4 servings from the bread and cereal group, 4 servings from the milk group, 2 servings from the poultry, meat, and fish group, and no servings from the fats and sugars groups, because you get enough of those nutrients without even trying. Food groups, 44420. Sounds easy enough, but can you do it? You may not have many choices where you eat, and there are always times when you give in to a temptation and eat something you like, but your cells don't. And what also makes it hard to choose the right foods is something you probably don't even know about. Cooking foods in certain ways changes the nutrients you get from them. Remember that potato we saw before? When it's baked, it has about 100 calories. So do 10 tiny potato chips. But they're deep fried in fat and absorb the fat and the calories that come with the fat. So you get much less potato, but the same number of calories. Look at all those nutrients along with the potato's 100 calories. What about the potato chips? Plenty of calories. Vitamins? Empty. Minerals? Empty. Fats? A lot of them. Overall, a flop. Sometimes cooking a food in a certain way adds so many calories, and if you ate enough of the food to get the nutrients you need, you'd get as big as a house. A lot of crunch, but not much nutrition for your cells in potato chips. The same goes for French fries. And you have to watch out for other things. This cola has about the same calories as the potato, too. But nutritionally, it can't do very well. It's mainly sugar, So watch out for foods with lots of sugar and not much else. Now, let's compare two kinds of bread. Both are made from wheat. When wheat is ground into white flour, parts of the seed are removed. This is called processing of wheat. The parts that are removed, the bran and the wheat germ, take with them many of the minerals and vitamins in the wheat kernel and some of the protein. Processing can create empty calories. So watch out for all those awful empty calories. Now, knowing all that, you'll be able to make some very nutritious choices when you try to get your daily balanced diet every day. Remember, food groups, Ford 4420. With a chart like this, you can keep track of what you eat. For instance, if you have orange juice, an egg, toast and butter, and a glass of chocolate milk, you've got a serving of all the groups, including the sugar and fat group. For lunch, how about a meatloaf sandwich and a milkshake? Potato chips? Not in the vegetable section. The way they're cooked makes them mostly a serving of fat. But the carrot sticks go there. And for dinner? Oh, how about spaghetti? And tomato sauce and a salad. Milk? Fine. Well, there's your day's eating so far. A few empty places in your chart. You didn't quite make your magic number. But you can take care of that with a bedtime snack. How about a piece of fruit for a snack? And maybe a glass of milk. Even a cookie, if you can handle the extra calories. And that's one way to keep track of your eating, to make sure you're getting all the nutrients your cells need. And because there are lots of different foods in each group, you can make all kinds of choices and still eat well. If you don't want meat, or it isn't available, have a peanut butter sandwich.
Peanut butter sandwich.
Or eggs. Even cheese from the dairy products group, because it's rich in proteins. Beans are a good exchange for meat, too.
Beans.
Popcorn for bread. Spaghetti, tomato sauce, and cheese is about as nutritious as steak or roast beef in a salad.
Spaghetti, tomato sauce, cheese.
Or you can get about the same nutrients from rice, tortillas, black beans, and peppers.
Tortillas, black beans, peppers. Cool.
Fruit juice instead of whole fruit. Raw salad, carrots, celery, exchanged for cooked vegetables. Yogurt, cheese, or ice cream can be exchanged for milk. Be creative. Dream up your own exchanges.
Great. Ice cream. Peanuts, chicken legs.
Have some fun, but watch out,
Look at that.
because you might not be getting what you think you're getting. Is that shake really the same as a milkshake? Not if it's made without milk. Find out when you order one. How much meat is really in that frozen pizza? There might not be any, even though it seems like there is. What's the difference between orange drink and orange juice? Just a lot of vitamins and minerals, that's all. And the juice has less sugar. Even when a processed food is enriched, when some vitamins and minerals that were lost in processing are put back, it can never be as nutritious as it was. To know what you're eating means becoming a careful eater. That doesn't necessarily mean being neat. However, being a neater eater is a good habit. And if you become a neater eater, you probably will become a careful eater, too. How? By checking food labels. Asking questions like, why is sugar listed first or high up on some breakfast cereals? Ingredients are listed in order of amount. And when sugar is listed high up, that means there's a lot of it in the food. It's like eating candy. A lot of empty calories. Remember them? Recognize any of these words? Dextrose, glucose, maltose, corn syrup, honey. Honey is sweet, and so are dextrose, glucose, maltose, and corn syrup, because they're only different kinds of sugar. You might think you're getting a lot of nutrients, but you might actually be getting just a lot of sugar and not much else. Check the label again. A label will also list additives, chemicals that are added to color or flavor or preserve the food. These may be some things you'd like to avoid. Remember, you're eating not only for yourself, but for 1 trillion or so of those little U's, your cells that make up your body. That balanced diet from all the food groups makes it possible for them to have the nutrients they need to do what they have to do for you. And what happens when those tiny trillions of little U's get all the nutrients they need from the foods you choose to eat? Well, they show their appreciation in a most delightful way. They make you feel good.
Yeah.
Feel great.